Hi, I'm Cherisse, a therapist and founder of C.O.P.E CIC based in Manchester. Today we're in the wonderful Fletcher Moss Park and we're getting out in nature looking at the link between mental health and physical activity. Nature has been found to positively impact on our mental well-being and is also helpful with emotional regulation and cognitive functioning.
But first, let's get down to the root of the problem. In the United Kingdom, suicide is the fourth leading cause of death amongst 15 to 29-year-olds. Alongside this statistic, at least 1 in 4 people will suffer from a mental health issue every year. While mental health is a complicated topic, it's no secret that physical health has a direct correlation. Simply put, better physical health almost always aligns with better mental health. The two are conducive to one another and provide a foundation for addressing the ongoing mental health problems plaguing the United Kingdom. Despite this correlation, approximately 27.5% of adults are classified as inactive, which is defined as less than 30 minutes of physical activity a day. This inactivity is a serious problem, as a lack of physical exercise can lead to various health problems, which has been proven to raise healthcare costs by 45% for an individual with a long-term condition. However, it isn't enough to increase your amount of physical activity.
At C.O.P.E, we believe the secret to a long and healthy life is getting out in nature and becoming more physically active. It's an important part of well-being in general.
Unbeknownst to many, your environment is integral to how you think and feel. In fact, an entire school of thought has been applied to this idea, known as environmental psychology. Environmental psychology has consistently proven that nature positively impacts our well-being. When I heard about this, I was inspired to learn more.
I wasn't always a therapist. My first degree was in cultural studies and criminology. I then went on to work in a rehabilitation unit. In my early 20s, I also trained as a probation officer and have worked in various locations throughout the UK, including Manchester, Sheffield and London. This allowed me to experience and interact with a wide range of people and understand their complex needs. Through my experience of working as a therapist as well as probation officer, I've got a deep understanding of the barriers faced by people who are trying to access mental health services. As a black woman working in social care professions, I felt that it's important to support the marginalised in need when accessing mental health and therapy services. Thankfully, my passion for all things mental health inspired me to set up C.O.P.E CIC, which stands for Creative Opportunities with Psychotherapy and Education. During the pandemic, when I wasn't able to get in the office, I started doing some walk and talk therapy in local parks with my clients. I found that it was a positive way to engage them, and they opened up even more when in nature. Nature-based practices have been found to help improve symptoms such as anxiety and depression, and research has also found that it's beneficial in conditions such as PTSD.
By utilising nature in our practices, we can provide our clients with 6 primary benefits, which include improved mental well-being, more vitality and happiness, greater satisfaction with life, and increased understanding of their meaning, as well as a better appreciation for the environment and its conservation.
Hi, my name's Jo. I'm a peer support worker with a local independent charity and a counselling student, and I'm a trainee nature and forest therapy guide with the Association of Nature and Forest Therapy. Lots of research supports the fact that time in nature will help us with our well-being, our physical health and our mental health. I trained as a nature and forest therapy guide with the Association of Nature and Forest Therapy so I could support people to access nature in a way that supports them. I've been working with some local community groups to offer nature connection sessions. Lots of research points to nature connection in some form supporting our mental well-being, and the more connected we are to nature, the more likely we are to nurture, protect and cherish it. Shinrin-yoku, the Japanese practice of bathing our senses in nature to enhance well-being. The translation is forest bathing. The therapeutic method of Shinrin-yoku originated in Japan in the 1980s. The development of Shinrin-yoku was part of a campaign to protect the forests. The belief was that time spent in nature would not only support people's well-being, but also encourage them to cherish the forest that they visited. The concept of nature connectedness places us as humans as part of nature rather than separate from it. This is an important part of nature connection. We'll be incorporating elements of the Pathways to Nature connection into our practice. The pathways to nature connection were developed in response to the need to go beyond activities that engage people with nature through knowledge and identification, to ways that develop a more meaningful and emotional relationship. More information about this research can be found via the University of Derby's website. The pathways to nature connection are connecting, which is the act of engaging with nature using our senses, beauty, so engagement with the aesthetic qualities of nature. That could include appreciating natural scenery or engaging with nature through the arts. Meaning, so using nature or natural symbolism, thinking about our favourite local place, maybe our favourite tree. Emotion, so the emotional connection that we have with nature. And compassion, extending the self to include nature. We can achieve many of these through our shared forest bathing experience. We will also be using the 5 ways to well-being. The 5 ways to well-being are evidence-based mental health messages aimed at improving the mental health and well-being of the whole population. The 5 ways to well-being are connect, be active, learn, give and take notice. Our nature connection sessions and forest therapy can help support us to achieve some of these. Connection to others can support a sense of belonging and self-worth. It's a chance to share experiences, provide emotional support and allow you to support others. Being physically active supports our physical health as well as mental health. It can support our self-esteem, and physical activity also releases mood-boosting chemicals to the brain. Learning can improve our self-confidence and raise our self-esteem. It can help to build a sense of purpose, and sharing as we learn can help us to connect with others too. Research suggests that acts of kindness can help our mental well-being by creating positive feelings and a sense of reward. Giving can help to give a sense of purpose and self-worth, and it helps us to connect with others. And taking notice is paying attention to the present moment, also known as mindfulness, which supports us to tune into ourselves, our thoughts, feelings and our body. This sense of awareness of the here and now can help us to be in the moment rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Forest bathing is an opportunity to just switch off from our lives and just be. We're often in doing mode rather than being mode. Doing mode is when we're planning, completing tasks, or we're focused on the past or the future, whereas being mode is when we're in the present moment with no agenda, goal or to-do list. This is the mode that we're in when we're mindful. Whilst doing mode is active and can sometimes feel tiring, being mode can often feel more restful and help us to feel calm. By allowing ourselves the space and time to just be in nature, we're giving ourselves the best chance to gain the most from our experience. In being mode, we have no expectations. We can just accept and allow what's around us without the pressure to monitor. During this time, we may become more aware of our feelings. In doing mode, we recognise our feelings and often attempt to categorise them. We do that by thinking if they're good or bad, and we maybe try to get rid of the not so good or the bad feelings. In being mode, we're more likely to be able to accept those feelings as temporary without the need to categorise or get rid of them. That said, difficult feelings may arise, especially if we've experienced trauma, and if this happens, we look to ground ourselves in the present moment by using our breath and our senses to remind ourselves of our surroundings and that we're safe. As we grow more used to practicing this in a safe, guided space where we know we'll be supported, we'll begin to feel more able to accept the difficult thoughts and emotions as they arise. We're also giving ourselves permission to just exist, and our responses may become more intuitive. In our supported nature connection, we'll be in being mode. We'll practice techniques to support you that you can use as and when you need as part of a self-guided nature connection practice. We plan to offer sessions that provide you with the tools to support yourself and that you can return to time and time again. But just remember that it is a practice, and the more that we do it, the more we learn to tune into it and the more we get out of it. Forest bathing is a form of mindfulness that allows us to focus on the present moment. We do this by using all the senses that we have available to us to connect with nature. It's a practice that can be adapted to suit an individual's psychological and physical needs. We practice mindfulness in nature to support ourselves both physically and mentally. If something doesn't feel right, then we don't have to do it. Everything's by invitation. We often refer to forest bathing as a walk. It can be a walk, but it's not a hike. We'll spend time getting to know a specific area. It's a beautiful way to focus our senses and our mind on a place of beauty, just like the park we're in today. It's also an opportunity to connect with others and an opportunity for peer support where you might meet like-minded people with similar experiences. Perhaps you can share and support one another. Again, everything's by invitation, so we allow time to ground ourselves, time to connect with nature, and then time to reflect. Time for reflection is our opportunity to share with one another, but only if you wish to. A guided forest therapy walk is a safe place to just be. Your guide is there to check the space, to facilitate the nature connection, and to offer invitations on how you may wish to connect. The process is trauma-informed, and we seek to offer a safe and peaceful space where you're free to participate as much or as little as you feel comfortable with. It's a non-judgmental practice where we respect one another's experience and maintain confidentiality. I hope you can join us.
C.O.P.E is a creative and energetic organisation, and over the next couple of months we're going to be developing a wide range of activities indoors and outdoors to promote physical and mental well-being.
A Mindful of Trees is about using the practices of mindfulness and nature connection to support mental health and provide opportunities for connection to one another, whilst also caring for green spaces. Our team are committed to helping those in need with the utmost sincerity and empathy. If you're in Greater Manchester, we would love to hear from you. And remember, C.O.P.E is the name, mental health is our game, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks for watching.